for the senior players. We are so thrilled to have so many people come to this event. It's wonderful. We have been in person in earnest since September. We are, again, remember, the senior players. There may be a time or two where you might have to go for a line, but that's all part of the show, as we all know. Some of you have been faithful attendees, so you'll see some old-timers, and you will see some new old-timers. But we have a lot of fun doing it. We are sponsored by the Western Maine Senior College. We would invite you to consider, any one of you who'd like to join us. We start up usually in September, and as I said, we really do have a good time. And
You don't really have to be old, do you?
and you don't really need to be old. Matter of fact, it helps out if you have one or two younger people who can keep you on track. But anyway, and again, a plug for Western Maine Senior College. They're wonderful programs that are put on by them. I'm not sure about their website. I'm trying to remember if they have one. But I would encourage you, if you have not looked at what their offerings are, to do that. Yes, Lucy.
Hi. If you are interested in senior college programs, we are now on the Telstar Adult Ed website. Everything's listed there. Looks WMSC. So that's where.
So again, it's wonderful to have standing room only crowd tonight. We're going to do 3 plays, have an intermission, followed by 2 additional plays. The program says, sit back and enjoy yourself. We hope that we will provide a lot of laughs. Thank you again.
This year, elf shortage, reindeer food prices gone up, and I don't know what's going on with the missus. It isn't like it used to be, that's for sure.
You can say that again. That egg shortage nearly ruined my business last year.
Well, I thought Leon was going to be joining us.
Yeah, but you know Leon. He probably got stuck in the power lines again like last year when he tried out for Santa. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Lit up the whole night sky. It made the 10 o'clock news. It was the best Christmas light show ever. Hey guys. Sorry I'm late.
Well, what was it this time?
What'd you say? My ear's on.
Sorry I'm late.
Let me tune you in.
I got chewed out down at the bureau again. I rushed over. I didn't have time to change on my street clothes.
What was it this time?
Well, the cash dispersals didn't match up. There's such sticklers down there at the bureau. I'd like to see what they do, sneaking around in the dark in their underwear.
Chickens again?
Oh, I didn't make that mistake. Well, I counted it out real carefully, you know. 5 cents for baby teeth, a dime for incisors, canines, and bicuspids, and a quarter for molars. I just should have been suspicious, however, when Zach's haul came to $5.
$5?
Yes, 32 teeth, there were 12 molars, there were no baby teeth, and there were 20 at 10 cents each, $5.
Well, that's hard to believe. But if you counted correctly, what's the problem?
Well, there were 32 teeth. The problem is they were Zach's granddad's dentures. The old man's gonna have to gum it through Thanksgiving unless we get a new set ASAP. Mind if I sit here, Dan?
Sure.
Oh, gosh. This mythological icon business just isn't all it's cracked up to be. It's been a tough year for me.
We were just saying that before you got here. Times have changed.
Well, that's probably a good place to start. Tell us how things have changed.
Well, kids used to be happy with a wooden train set and a baby doll. Now it's an Xbox, life-size dollhouse, latest iPhone, motorized mountain bike. I think every kid in Bethel wants a pair of Volvo race Tigers.
Tell me about it. They, or I should say their parents, leave instructions. I read as follows. Somewhere. There we go. Didn't you read last year's note? We don't eat domestic chocolate. Make it Swiss or don't even bother. And make sure it's fair trade. Harvested substantially, of course. Hey, by the way, where am I? Oh yes, please clean up after yourself. I'm sick and tired of scraping rabbit scat off of little Susie's shoes after that Easter egg hunt. I swear, guys, by my great-grandfather Peter, it wasn't me.
Fair trade, fair labor, GHG neutral, sustainable, OSHA compliant, domestically sourced. They don't make the Xbox in the US. It's either a toy made in China or some edible chemistry set.
Edible chemistry set? You've got to be kidding.
No, have you seen lessons in chemistry? When those kids get to 8th grade science, the teacher better have 911 on speed dial. Then there's a fanciful fairy garden that attracts real fairies. That's gonna be a disappointment.
Hey, Mike, no need to be criticizing my fault.
Sorry, Leon.
You know, in a way, your stories are kind of a relief. I thought it was just me. Kids, well, more their parents are so suspicious of every little noise. I mean, I'm not the lightest on my feet. But you think Mom and Dad would be expecting me? But no. Before I can even get my disappearing powder out, the police are there in handcuffs. I guess I can't blame them too much. I mean, if I had a daughter and a grizzly old man in tutu and tights in a room, I might be worried too.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And then, you know, I get that one call from jail. I call down to the bureau. But you know them, purely 9 to 5ers. You think they know we work nights. But they never get back until noon the next day to vouch for the fact that I am the real Tooth Fairy. Dressed like this, another night in jail.
Yeah, that bureau. Man, I don't know what about you guys. When's the last time you got a raise? It's almost impossible to make it on my salary, or carrots in my case. You should see the hole in the ground apartment that I live in. I'm forced. I'm trying to force to be lived in it, but I try to explain it down to the bureau. They just shrug. Say rabbit, hole, rabbit hole. What's the problem?
Yeah, I had to give up my apartment in town. I'm living in a yurt over by the Albany Township dump. Well, transfer station. I wrapped some of that Tide Power stuff around it. You know, the stuff you can get at the Western Main Supply? It makes it look unfinished, keeps the tax assessment down. But Mike, you've got it made. That entire compound at the North Pole, a house, a workshop, staffed with elves, you can't possibly complain.
Well, for now. Scientists give it 20 years before the Arctic will be ice-free in the summer. The whole kit and caboodle are gonna sink to the bottom of the ocean. Euro's not worried though. They got a plan. They're gonna pick up a used offshore oil rig, put the compound on that. Won't be the same thing though. It'll destroy the ambiance. Makes your yurt sound pretty good, Leon.
Well, housing is tight, but there's still the 3 little kids.
Leon, your jail story reminds me of my year. Last Christmas, I got to little Timmy's house. Now, the kid's a brat, and I was gonna give him a couple chunks of coal. As I'm getting ready to put it in there, I turned around and I looked. There was a sight that brought the twinkle back to my eye.
Yeah, and so?
Yeah. I'm looking for milk and cookies, but there wasn't any. It was a bag of Cheetos and a bottle of Allen's Coffee brandy. I left in 2 iPhone pros.
Are we allowed to drink on the job?
Oh, it's a gray area. Since that was my last stop, once I delivered the iPhones, I was off the clock. So I had a and another. And I think another one after that, as I recall. Next thing I know, I'm dozing in the sleigh, waiting for Blitzen to take us home. And I got a bright light on my face, and an Oxford County deputy wants me to recite the alphabet backward from 100. I told him I wasn't a motorized vehicle, there was no power to the wheels. I was a passenger, and Blitzen knew the way home. He wasn't listening, he just said, tell it to the judge.
Were you able to get the charges dropped?
6 months in county. Did get a mugshot though, but I forgot to bring it.
Yeah, it must have been that judge at the South Paris District Court. He never cuts you a break.
Yeah, I finally get out. But by the time I got back to the North Pole, elves had done nothing. We're so far behind. It looks like a lot of supply chain disruption notices under the tree this year.
Yeah. Try to get cocoa beans from the Ivory Coast before Easter time.
It gets worse though. Ever since I got back, Mrs. Claus has been cold as ice. She only perks up when that young postman shows up. And he comes twice a day. I try to get it shaped, but the Bureau won't allow it. It's got to shape like a bowl full of jelly. You think you're the only fat man with a white beard? At least you don't have that problem with the ladies.
Well, it's not all poppy at the Cottontail house, I'll tell you. Mrs. with 10 kids. And 12 more on the way. I'm telling you, we're jammed in a little hole-in-the-wall apartment we live in.
Well, you guys think you have problems. Look at me. I should have found something before I took this job. You know, you get on those dating websites, occupation, tooth fairy, you get some pretty strange inquiries.
Yeah, not a lot to look forward to this year. Timmy got the iPhones, but I gave little Johnny some coal. I already got a letter from his mother.
Tell us, what does it say?
It says, Dear Mr. Claus, you owe little Johnny an apology. My little boy is an angel.
Heard that before. Nothing like righteous parents. Why do you continue to leave all that candy? Haven't you heard of tooth decay? Are you in with the tooth fairy or something? keeping all the carrots to yourself. I tell you, you just can't win.
Johnny's a complete brat, but the letter goes on. Why are you still distributing fossil fuels? What are we supposed to do with this coal? Haven't you heard of global warming? Oh yeah. And those incidents at school are fake news. Little Johnny does take Lumpy's lunch a few times a week, but I don't have time to make lunch for him. And Lumpy could stand to lose a few meals. Johnny's doing him a favor. And yeah, he did pin that kick me sign on Mrs. Gahagan's backside. But she didn't even notice. Everybody got a good laugh. The school paid for her therapy. No harm, no foul. Little Johnny, he's got a great life in front of him. He's going to be the next CEO of Twitter. No, it's called Extra. Something like
Is this Windows 7? Yes. I'm afraid something rather complicated has happened with my driver's license. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. What happened? Well, I moved here from another state and I let my license lapse and... Yes? Should I wait until you finish? Ha, I don't think so. This is a very long book. But are you listening to my problem? Oh, I can read and listen at the same time. Go on. Well, I took the driver's test and I passed and I got a temporary license. And I've never gotten my permanent one. When I called about it, they said they couldn't find me in the computer. Well, they had no record of me, so they couldn't send me my license. And I did take the test and I did pass. I think it's your turn to say something. Just a minute. Oh, I had to finish that paragraph. These mafia people, there's something else. Now, what is the matter? Well, in one sentence, I want to get my driver's license. Oh, hell, let me see if you're in the computer. I'm not in the computer. What is your name? I'm not there. How do you spell that? I went to window 3 and she told me I wasn't in the computer. I am not window 3. Window 7. I'm window 7, and I need to know your name. Agnes James. Oh, would that be A as in aardvark, G as in Gesundheit, N as in nincompoop, E as in excruciating, S as in seltzer water, J as in Jupiter, A as in Agnes, M as in Mary, E as in excruciating, and S as in slow, lingering death. Yes. Well, you're not in the computer. I told you I wasn't. Fine, I'll give you an award at the end of the day. Now, how else can I help you? Well, I want my permanent license. And I'm very sorry, but you are not in my computer. But I have my temporary license. This license is expired. I know it's expired. Well, then you do not have a valid license. Yes, I know that. I want my permanent one. That's why I'm here. I was waiting for it to come in the mail and it's never showed up, and I thought it would just happen. Yeah, well, that was a very funny thing of you to do. And by the way, if you don't have a valid license, how did you get to the Division of Motor Vehicles today? I took a taxi. Oh, and can you prove that to me? What? Do you have a receipt from the taxi? No, I don't. Well, I trust you did not drive yourself here today, did you, Ms. Agnes James? No, I didn't. I realize I don't have a valid license. That is correct. Good morning. But you're not helping me. How can I help you today? I want my driver's license. But you must take a driving test. But I already took the driving test. Well, when did you take your test before? Well, I think it's on the temporary license. You took your test September 3rd, 10/23? We didn't exist in 10/23. Let me see that. Gladly.
Oh my God, it's clearly a mistake. It should say 2023.
Well, I'm willing to agree with you that somebody here probably did make a typo. You see, I am human after all. I don't stick to all the rules. Now, what was your name again?
Agnes James.
Is that A as in bark, G as in Gesundheit?
Agnes James.
Okay. Just as I figured, you're not on the computer.
I told you I wasn't because some schmuck lost me in the computer.
Oh, please don't speak Yiddish to me. If you wish to take a driving test, you need to go to window 4.
I don't want to take the test again.
Well, I don't know how to explain this to you better than I have. You need to take your driving test.
I just want my license.
And I'd love for you to have your license. But I'm going to try one more time and see if I can find you on this computer.
I'm not there,
Nope, you aren't.
but that's not my fault.
Well, it's not my fault either. We're both blameless. Isn't that a nice feeling?
You are not helping me.
I'm doing everything in my power to help you.
But don't you have more power than this? And for instance, couldn't you type my name into the computer and then issue me my license?
Oh, no. Only the secretary at the driving test site can do that.
If the secretary of the driving test forgets to do it at the time you take the test, then shouldn't somebody else do it and put my name in and give me my license?
Well, let me explain this to you. If the secretary at the driving test site is willing to write a note admitting that she messed up and forgot to enter your name, then I can enter your name, and then we'll fire her. I want her to lose her job.
No, I don't want her to lose her job. I want you to lose your job!
Well, how do you expect me to assist you if you're going to be hostile?
I'm really lost.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe, I have an idea. What if you were to relive the day you took your driving test? And when you're done taking the test, you ask to watch the secretary enter your name and your test result into the computer. Then you know you're in there.
You want me to relive the driving test?
Well, it's a hypothetical, but it's the best I can offer to assist you.
Well, could I see your supervisor, please?
You know, you've joined a long list of people who'd like to speak to my school. But I'm afraid she's in the back room shredding documents and does not want to be disturbed.
Look into my eyes. I want you to tell me how I can solve my problem, and I want you to tell me right now.
I would suggest you move out of Maine.
That's a good suggestion, thank you.
Massachusetts is very nice.
What a beautiful day. Not a drop of rain hit this old bald head. Let's see, I think I remembered everything you asked for, plus a few extras that were on sale. I know, no extras, we can't afford it. But, I don't know, I figured these were deals that a human just couldn't pass by. The park was at its best today. It truly was beautiful. I know, I always say that, but it really was today. I don't know, it sort of sparkled today. Frank even gave me a free hot dog for lunch. Just because it's a good day, he said. I know, it must be a pretty good day if Frank starts giving out free hot dogs. Oh, and the best thing happened to me since I started volunteering to clean up the park. The mayor himself personally came to thank me for keeping the park clean. Well, the mayor was there for a press thing of the day. But he did thank me. Hey, you mumbled something about needing to do such and such on such and such a day. I mean, he kept going. Let's see. All right, let's see what I got here. I got some cherry soda water for me. I always need something a little special. And for you, I got some super enriched fertilizer. I know, you said we didn't need it. You didn't need it, but I also know you really wanted it. You think you can fool me, but I can read between the leaves. Body language is my specialty. After work, I stayed a while to clean up the park as usual, and lo and behold, those darn city workers, they were pulling up the weeds out of the flower bed again. Don't they know that those weeds are important? The park's becoming less and less natural every day. But don't worry, when they weren't looking, I buried the weeds in the flower beds again. They'll sprout up in no time. Now the final specialty of the day was something that I just couldn't pass up. It's a new white pot for my best pal. Between the pot and the super fertilizer, you are going to feel like a new sprout again. Oh yes, I remembered a paper. Yeah, I know, it didn't cost me anything. It was free. Joe always leaves the leftovers out for whoever wants them the next day. So let's see what we got here for news. Let's skip the boring stuff. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. something. Okay. Rain forests of South America are being cut down. Cure for a disease may be, what's that word right there? Disappearing. Thanks. Disappearing each day. Wow, that's really rough. It's horrible to think about all those plants being killed. It's even more upsetting to think that they may be able to do someone some good, like cure a sickness, or even a disease like skin cancer. But with all those plants and trees being cut down, I guess we'll never know, will we? That's enough news for now. Let's skip to the comics. We'll read the rest later.
That's Hooper. He doesn't look too strange. He talks to plants. And an ugly one at that. I wouldn't even have that in my house, never mind talk to it.
A lot of people talk to their plants.
But they don't carry on whole conversations with them.
Well, even if they don't, doesn't mean Mr. Hooper can't.
I'm sorry, I think it's pretty weird, that's all.
Oh, hi. Hello, Mrs. Crab. Thanks for stopping by.
It's Mrs. Krebs. And by the way, we're just stopping by to show Mrs. Arnold the building. We really have to be going.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Mrs. Arnold. Are you new to the building?
Of course she's new. If she wasn't new, you would have seen her before.
Hi, would you like some tea, Mrs. Arnold?
We really must be going.
I wasn't asking you, was I, Mrs. Crab?
It's Mrs. Krebs, with an E.
Well, I'm asking you to tea also. Please, come on in, sit down. Sit down, make yourself comfortable here.
Thank you, Mr. Hooper. He's not too strange.
Do you like your tea in fat or skinny cups?
Just wait. You'll see.
Well, I don't know which one is which, but skinny it is. Here you go. Here you go. You're gonna love this tea. It's some really good stuff.
This is iced tea.
Isn't that what everyone drinks in the summer?
Yeah, but it's not summer, it's fall, Hooper.
Well, I had the tea since the summer. I just served it. Oh, would you like to meet my friend, Mrs. Arnold?
Of course she would, Hooper.
Please, come.
John.
Mrs. Arnold, this is my friend, 32nd Street. I found her in an empty lot there. I couldn't think of anything better.
32nd Street. Hello, 32nd Street.
Oh, you don't have to say her name. She always seems to know when you're speaking to her.
Oh, sorry to rush off, Hooper, but we really need to be going.
Oh, well. That's it. Mrs. Arnold, that's it. I know what that is. I knew I'd seen it before. Mrs. Arnold? You have skin cancer, don't you?
Yes.
I had it too. But it's all gone now.
All gone? How?
She helped me.
You're you're carrying this a little bit too far. That's ridiculous.
How did she help you?
You take this, and you rub it on the spots of skin cancer.
Feels kind of strange.
This is nonsense. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you for the leaf. That'll make Mrs. Arnold happy. Frank gave me a bad time about my volunteer work at the park. He said that a person works to get money. What I do, it doesn't make any sense to him. I told him I worked just as hard, if not harder, than anyone else without an education. I'd get my pay, and before I knew it, it would be gone. I could never, ever dream of having a family because of how much everything cost. I didn't even like my job. All day long, I was just an ever-moving piece of a big machine. Lift the metal, push it through. Lift the metal, push it through. God, it's really, really boring. But I had to keep a roof over my head and enough food in the fridge. I could never, I don't know what I would have done if I had had a family. Well, I told Frank, I love volunteering to clean the park, and my life is good. No more machine, only happiness. He said that he couldn't understand, he couldn't get it, how I could be happy having so little. But I told him I didn't understand him because I have so much. Now for the comments. Oh, hello. Hello, friend. Can I help you with something?
Well, yeah.
Well, don't just stand out in the hall. Come on in. Come in and relax. And let me get you some tea.
I still have a lot of mail to deliver.
Fat or skinny cup?
Just couldn't find where to put your mail.
Oh, yeah. Do you fat or skinny cup?
Skinny.
Okay. I don't have a mail thing anymore. Here, please, sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
What happened to your mail?
Oh, I took it down. Well, I want to get to know people. The world's just not as kind as it used to be. People are always trying to make things go faster, and they're trying to save time all the time. People don't talk to each other anymore. No one listens to anyone anymore. They're just always rushing on and on and on.
Yeah. Thank you for tea. I must be going.
Already?
Here, I've got your mail.
Okay. I hope it's come. It's come. Darn it. Darn it. Darn. It hasn't come yet.
What are you looking for?
I entered a mail-in plant contest. You send in a picture of your plant and the best looking one wins. A year's supplies worth of Johnson's fertilizer. The suspense is killing me. Oh, how rude of me. Would you like to meet my plant? It's beautiful. Come on over. Please. This is my good friend, 32nd Street. That's where I found her. Oh, and...
I really have to go.
Well, just a second now. Let me introduce you to her. This is our new mail carrier. Would you say your name?
Norman?
This is normal.
Plagiarizing.
I,
Isn't she a beauty?
breathtaking.
Did you hear that? I said you were breathtaking.
I've got to go. Thanks for the tea.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, nice guy, that mail carrier, huh? Well, I hope those contest results come soon. We've had so many guests lately. Can you believe that? We're a popular couple of life forms. Whoop, there's boots of tea. There you go. Oh. All right.
Mr. Hooper! Mr. Hooper, you have performed a miracle!
Oh, well, hello, Mrs. Arnold, Mrs. Crab.
For the 50,000th time, it is Crab, Mrs. Crab.
Look where you had me rub the leaf on my skin. The spots are almost gone.
Yeah, clears right up. A little dab will do ya. You know, the doctor told me that I didn't have long to live after I got those cancer spots. He said that if you let it go untreated too long, it can really spread through your innards like crazy. But you know, my plant stood by me the whole time. You know, I haven't heard from that doctor in quite a while now. I bet he figures that I must be dead. We sure put one over on him, didn't we?
The doctor told me it was probably too late. But now,
How come you never told anybody about this?
I don't know. No one ever asked.
This thing that you guys have could be killing people, millions of people. But you're not doing, don't you even care?
Mrs. Crab, my friend does as she pleases. It's not up to me to decide who she helps and who she doesn't help.
You are insane. It's just a weed. It does not have feelings, Hooper.
It's not a very nice thing to say about someone's best friend, especially when she's right here in the room.
You are hopeless. Hopeless.
my brother was helping me move into my apartment today, and I've invited him down to take a look at your plant. He works for a great big medical lab, and plants are his specialty.
Oh, does he have skin cancer too?
Your plant cures skin cancer. He probably wants to take a look at it.
So?
Because he can probably make more.
Well, I showed the plant at the man at the plant store, and he said that it's been wiped out just about everywhere. No one seemed to like them very much. It's kind of sad to be one of the last of your kind.
Is this the place?
Yes, come in, come in. Mr. Hooper, this is my brother Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, would you like some tea?
No thanks.
The weed is over there.
It looks familiar.
Can't.
Hey, whoa, 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 watch it!
This is bad.
What? What's wrong?
It's Tauscha tenissima. Farmers considered it a pest and eradicated it. I thought that all the plants were gone. But before they eradicated it, there was some research that suggested this might have properties that would contribute to a cure for skin cancer. If that's the case, we can't let this stay here. We've got to get this into the lab so we can work with it. How much do you want for your plant?
What?
10. No, $20.
What? You're asking me to sell her?
Yes, Hooper.
$40.
No.
$50.
You're asking me to sell my best friend. That's sick.
Hooper, you need the money. Take it.
$75.
Please, Mr. Hooper, this is important. It's for the greater good.
Greater good? Humans have killed enough plants already. I'm not going to let them kill more. $100.
Sell the plant, Hooper.
$200. You can't have her. She is not for sale.
Please, Mr. Hooper?
$300. No, I won't sell her. No.
Come out of Happy Land, Hooper. It's just a stupid weed, and you need the money.
Just a stupid weed? She means more to me than anything in this world. She'll never leave me. She will never call me a bum. She loves me for what I am, and she asks for nothing but love in return. And now you want to kill her. You want to cut her up and pluck off her leaves. Give me that leaf. Get out of here, you fiends. Go. Go. Let us live in peace. Never let them take you from me. Never. What a beautiful day. The birds were singing. The sun was shining brightly in the sky. There was just this faintest little breeze of... What? Where are you? Where are you? What's going on? Did I move you somewhere? What? Are you hiding from me? What's going on? Where are you?
I helped them take it, Hooper. I called Ben, and the guys from the lab just came and picked it up.
What?
I did it for your own good. You needed the money.
But she was my friend.
They left a check for you. This should keep you company for a while.
I don't want a check. I want her.
Take part of the money and buy another one.
There aren't any more. Humans have killed them all.
Quit feeling sorry for yourself and take the money. Here, just take it. What are you doing? That was $500. You really are insane. This plant could, or that weed thing, could cure like millions of people, and you're just hogging it all for yourself. I couldn't stand by and let it happen. And besides, you really could have used that money.
I don't want this dirty money.
Fine. I don't care. Starve to death. Now you've got nothing. No friends, no plant, and no money.
Hooper? Hooper? I have some bad news. Your plant, 32nd Street, it's dead.
Dead?
They took it to the lab, it wilted and died, and they don't know why. I'm so sorry.
They're all gone. No plant, no cure. Nothing.
I thought it was the right thing to do. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too, Mrs. Arnold. Goodbye.
Hooper, is there anything I can do?
No, Mrs. Arnold. Enough has been done already.
All right. Let's go. Sorry, Mr. Hooper.
Mrs. Arnold, my door is always open.
Thank you, Mr. Hooper.
Sorry. I'm sorry that I couldn't stop them. I did almost everything I could. I hated to lock the door. It would have been so unfriendly of me. But still, maybe I should have. I'm so very sorry. Seeds. She had babies. I'm gonna have to get you planted right away, aren't I? Oh, I only have some soil. Where's my soil? Oh, okay. I got some in the pot here. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna plant you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Right. Oh, your mother is gonna be so proud. Pretty soon, you're going to grow up to be a young sprout. Just a little water, a little sun, everything's going to be perfect. You're going to like it here, I promise. Your mother always did. We had some good times together. I'll never forget her. And now you 3 behave, you eat right, and if you all take care of yourselves, you're going to grow up to be big, beautiful, and strong, just like your mother.
So I'm stuck here. We're going to have a short intermission. There is still some food left out on the table, and